Hey YouTube, Dev here. Today we're going to go over the comparison between the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield and the Glock 43. This one's my shield, Glock 43 is mine, and then this one's my friend's shield for a little comparison later. We're going to go over some pros and cons and why I'm selling my shield and keeping the Glock. Let's start with the shield. We'll go over the pros of this, and plain and simple, it looks aggressive. It looks OAF, man. I mean, the serrations are spot on. The angles up here just look great. It's a very aesthetically pleasing pistol. Next, we'll go into the reliability. Once you get past the break-in period, it's gonna be as reliable as the ammo you choose. So that has that going for it. The balance, I like the balance. You know, with a mag in it, it just feels great. The balance is awesome in my hand. It's up to you to feel. Everyone's a little different there. Another positive thing will be the safety. That'll list that as a pro. Now, always having an extra safety measure is nice. The final pro that I have for this is the price. I paid about $350 for mine. Not a bad deal. Great pistol for the price. I mean, a great pistol for the price. I want to say that again. It's a great pistol for the price. The Glock is about $100-something more. For the price, the Shield is a great pistol. Is the Glock worth $100 more? Absolutely. Totally in my mind, it's a $100 more pistol. Let's go over the cons of the Smith & Wesson and why I'm getting rid of it. I do not like the trigger. I'm sure I'm in the minority when I say that, but I just don't like the trigger whatsoever. I don't like to play the brake. I don't like the half trigger. It just gets to me. Don't like the trigger. The spring break-in, getting it to lock back like that, when I first bought it, was a pain. It would take me a couple tries. I actually left it like this in a drawer for about 5 days, and that helped. Putting about 1,000 rounds through it also helped. My friends who didn't do that, I assume, and hasn't put as much rounds through his is a little harder. It's noticeably harder. And when I went to the range with my wife, it was very obvious that she had more trouble using the Shield than she did the Glock. The Glock is definitely a lot easier. The next con would be, we'll go over this in a minute, is the complicated breakdown. It's not overly complicated. It's just a pain in the butt. Everything about it, all the way through, is just a pain in the butt, and it annoys me. I've done a couple takes of this, and I screw up putting it back together a couple times because I'm a loser. Next, we'll go into the con of the rear sight post. Right here, if you open carry this, that you're walking, arm brushes past it, it's going to scratch you. It gets annoying. I don't open carry very much, so that's not a big deal, but if you do open carry something like this, it's going to get you. You can file it down, just like you can file this the slide release down. Because it does have a heavy slide, it takes 2 thumbs to release the slide, so you can file that down and deal with that. That's a solution. I mean, grinding on your weapon is a solution to a problem it came with. That's not a very good thing. The final one we'll go into is this texture right here on the bottom of the trigger guard. It's just not. It's not for me. Not saying the Glock is any better. It's not abrasive, and that's annoying. It rubbed me raw a couple times. We're shooting a lot real quick. And those are the reasons why I'm getting rid of it. So we can go into the Glock now, and we'll start off with the pros of the Glock. And same thing as the M&P Shield, is it looks good. It's modern looking, at least. Some people don't like the way it looks. That's not my problem. And, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But then you got the Glock reliability. You can't go wrong with the Glock. People abuse the crap out of these, and they still fire. Every time you pull that trigger, it's all up to the ammo you use. I like to use cheap ammo. The pro on this one is there is no safety. Yeah, I listed as a pro for the Shield, and I'm also listing it as a pro for the Glock. I don't think having a safety is a negative. Having an extra safety feature is always a positive to me. But at the point you're going to have to draw a weapon or use specifically these types of weapons, you know, short-barreled subcompacts, they're going to have to be really close, and the last thing you want to worry about is a safety getting in your way. You can practice up-down drills all you want with it, but at the same time, this is not a safety conducive to up-down drills. One of the last second to last pro I have for the Glock is it's like the iPhone of guns. And what do I mean by that? I mean everybody makes something for a Glock. Everybody has something for a Glock. You can modify the crap out of it. If you buy the frame, you can build a new one. If you want shiny parts on it, you can put shiny parts on it. Whatever, all power to you. I can't say the same for the Shield. There are people who do things to it, but nothing compared to what the Glock has. I mean, there's 5 different companies that make trigger assemblies. You know, several different barrels, several different slide options. You don't have that with the M&P Shield. Alright, so the final thing I like about the Glock is the stock trigger. Compared to the Shield, it's way better. I eventually modified, like on this Glock 26, I swap out most of the trigger assembly, and that's just a personal preference, but coming, you know, from the store, the Glock trigger is pretty awesome. So what do I not like about the Glock? I don't like the capacity. It comes with 2 6-round mags as opposed to the Smith & Wesson, which comes with an 8-round and a 7-round mag. See there. You can spend the $30 and get a new base plate to add 2, or you can get a base plate that adds 1. Either way, you're spending about $30, which you can get another Glock magazine for about $30. So it's all up to you what you want to do. But at least you have options. With the Shield, you're just stuck with what they give you. Now, another downside is the Glock sights. They're great. They work. I mean, out the box, you're going to hit what you shoot at if you're a good shooter. Got the basic fundamentals. Now, there's other options out there. So, this will get new sights later. The final thing would be the capacity. But as I said already, you can fix that. At what cost, though? I mean, you're putting more money. I got $300 in my, $450 Glock. But you make yours. So I want to compare the Shields real quick. I think mine's a little newer, but I don't know. Anyways, my Shield says caution, capable of firing with magazine removed. His does not say that. His has loaded one up with a red bar, and mine just has a little peephole to where I can look in there for brass. So those are 2 generations, I guess. I'm pretty sure mine is the newer one, so you can only get it this way. I'm not sure. You can look into it more. Something to consider. So let's go into the disassembly. I said I didn't like the disassembly of the Shield. Now I'm going to disassemble the Glock first. Pretty happy with that. Alright, so with the Shield, come back here, lock it back, take a pen, throw this pin right here forward. After a while you get pretty good at it. I can do it in one try. I already had mine down because I might screw it up. Then come over here, and this is the stupid part where after a long range day of reloading mags and stuff like that, your thumb's a little raw, your fingers are tired. You gotta push that forward. This compressed spring is resting on that. Then you can slide that forward, pulling the trigger, pull that out, Nothing too complicated. Now, see if I can get it to go back together correctly. Sometimes it takes me a couple tries. Make sure that's centered, down. Now when you push this back, this should automatically locate itself. So go back to the original starting position, and it didn't do it. So it didn't seat properly. There we go. See how it flipped back by itself? And then throw a mag in it to put that pin back up, and you should be good to go. So that's my gripes about this Smith & Wesson. I took the Glock directly out of the box. I didn't even lube it up. It's still got the copper lube. Doesn't even bother me. I fired it. Didn't have any problems with it. This one, you won't have problems with putting back together. Cool stuff. So that's my gripes about that. That's why I'm selling it. I already got a buyer lined up, hopefully for it, a buddy of mine, and so it's going bye-bye. And I'm gonna carry this when I'm not carrying this, my Glock 26, which is what I prefer. It's got the capacity, and so yeah, happy hunting, YouTube.